Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Julia and I just post a bunch of business and lifestyle content, and if you guys want to see more, make sure you subscribe. So I've been gone for a very long time, some of you guys may know. To be honest, I feel like I just kind of burnt out. I wasn't really feeling motivated with what I was doing with my business, and like I was going through some things in my personal life, and I feel like when I'm not doing my best, then my business kind of reflects that. So it kind of went through a drought of like not posting and stuff, and I'm at the stage where it's just me right now, so everything depends on me. Like all the energy I put into my brand is what I get out. So I feel like right now, because of how I was feeling and how unmotivated I feel like my business just was kind of at a standstill. But we are going to change that, and I'm also going to change that with the content, because I'm going to be answering some of the questions you guys asked me on my previous video, and I'm going to be answering them today. So we're just going to jump right on into it. Okay, so the first question I'm going to answer is, how did changing from Wix to Shopify benefit your business? Please elaborate a little bit on that. Thanks. So personally for me, I feel like when I first started out, Wix was good. Like it was good because I didn't really know what to compare it with. I would definitely say it's good if you want to like have a really good creative process on your website without using like a third-party page builder. It's pretty good for that. However, I had to switch because I didn't like the back end of the business. The customer service wasn't the best. Like when it came to shipping and all that, it just confused me, because like I would have to come up with my own rates, and sometimes I would set those rates too low or too high, and then I would end up losing money, where Shopify can calculate the shipping costs based on the weight of the item and like the size of the box you ship it in. So it's just a lot more convenient, and the customer service is amazing on Shopify. Like anytime I have a question, anything I need, it gets answered and it's dealt with, and I've never had any problems with them so far. They're open 24/7, which is amazing, so definitely recommend that. And if you are trying to start a business, I would recommend Shopify, just because they have so many resources, so many third-party apps you can add, and it is a little bit more expensive than Wix, but in the long run you'll have a very like efficient and smooth running website and business, and shipping things and all that. The process will just be seamless. Definitely do your research on what you want. Like if you're doing a blog, maybe you want Wix, but if you're selling like digital products or physical products, you might want to go with Shopify. Okay, so the next question is from Aisha, and it says, how do I get manufacturers for my custom jewelry design and still make them affordable? Now, I kind of hate to break it to you, but if you are going to buy like custom jewelry where you want it to be like, you want your own design, you want to design it yourself, it might run you a bit more money, just because it is a custom design and they have to create that custom mold. So there's a little bit more work that needs to go on it. I would honestly say try to bargain with them, or try to see what they can do and just talk to multiple vendors. You're not always going to get a low price, because typically custom items, they want a larger minimum order quantity, so you're going to have to order more anyways. So if you are starting, I would probably lean towards having like products that are already manufactured, products they already sell, and just getting your logo engraved on them just to start, so you can get cash flow, and then you can reinvest that money into your custom products. So I wouldn't really say it's affordable, but you literally just need to talk to a vendor and show them your design and ask them if they can do it. For the most part, vendors can do it. Okay, so the next question is, I like this one. It says, did you post the same things on TikTok that you did on IG as you were growing? How often would you post in the beginning, and how long before your launch did you start to tell people about it coming soon? And this is from the boutique CEO, so thank you for your questions. So it's kind of like a 3-in-1, so I'm gonna just kind of break it down. So the first question says, did you post the same things on TikTok that you did on IG as you were growing? So in the beginning, I didn't have TikTok, I just had Instagram, and I wasn't seeing growth. But as I started posting more, growing my brand, I definitely repurposed content. So I would post, like I would make a TikTok on the TikTok app, and I would repurpose that content onto my Instagram for like reels, and I would repurpose the TikTok content on my Pinterest for like an idea pin, or just like a regular pin on Pinterest. So that's kind of what I would do to grow, because we don't all have time to be creating content over and over again. So repurposing it and just sending it to your various platforms and various audiences will help. How often would you post in the beginning? In the beginning, I would try to post maybe like 2 times a day. But now honestly I'm seeing, I know a lot of people say, okay, post 3 times a day, post 4 times a day. Like honestly, after doing that, I realized it wasn't right for my audience. Posting like multiple times a day doesn't really work. I feel like having better content that I know will catch my audience's like attention is way better. And I try to post more reels if anything. So like I might have 1 to 2 Instagram posts a day, or maybe I won't even have any, but I'll really try to make sure that I'm having a lot of reels content, because that helps my audience be engaged and I can ask a question in the caption and, you know, just really interact and build that relationship with your customer. I think is important. And how long before your launch did you start to tell people about it coming soon? So probably had about a good 3 to 4 weeks before I actually launched. So I spent those 3 to 4 weeks telling people about it. I really hyped it up, and I want to like make sure you guys understand that like having like a hype period, or like almost like a scarcity tactic when it comes to like your launches, is so important, because it gets people hyped. You know, people get really excited and they have something to look forward to, like setting timers on your like stories, so people can like have timers and like reminders of like when the launch is going to happen, telling people to sign up to your newsletters, and like having SMS texts to like go out on the day of the launch are so important, because then it will remind customers and it will entice customers to actually buy and shop from you. Oh, okay, so Nessa asked me, how did you make those little cards in the beginning? And I think she's referring to either like my care guide cards or my thank you cards that I have in each order. So I created those all on Canva. So I just get the template I want and I design everything on there, and then after I go to the next question is, do you have any recommendations for a business checking account for small businesses? Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when I started my business, I had everything like joint. So like all the money I would make would go directly to my personal savings, and so whenever I wanted to buy something, it would come out of my savings, and that became really messy really fast. It was just really confusing to know what was like my business profit and what was like actually mine, because like if you're working a job and then, you know, like it gets jumbled up. So that was the main reason why I actually got my business incorporated, or I got my business license, because I couldn't open a separate business account if I didn't have like my business number and all that. So that was the main reason I did that. So I would definitely recommend it, like if you have the means to get your business incorporated or like get, you know, your business number and stuff, definitely do it, because it keeps things separate. If something goes wrong with your business or something happens with your business, it's not going to affect your personal funds. So you just want to make sure you keep that separate, and it just helps keep things organized. You know, you can pay yourself, you know, take money from your business and pay yourself like every month or every week or whatever it is that you have set up, and it's just a lot more convenient. So I definitely recommend that, and I wish I did it sooner, to be honest. The next question is, hi, I'm starting a jewelry business and I need your help. What type of gold jewelry should I get? I want something that doesn't tarnish, it's hypoallergenic. I want something that doesn't tarnish and is hypoallergenic. There's gold plated stainless steel and so many options, I don't know what to get. So I'm gonna help you right here. So when it comes to jewelry, like when I first started, you definitely need to do your research. So metals you want to stay away from are like alloy and nickel. So I would recommend like stainless steel, as well as sterling silver, specifically like 925 sterling silver. Those are probably like the easiest materials to start with, and they're not going to run you too much money. And you can also get them gold plated or like 24K plated, and you can get them plated like twice so that it has a thicker coating on them. Those would be like my go-to materials. Stay away from anything alloy, nickel, even brass. I know a lot of brass is used in the jewelry industry, like gold plated brass, but to be honest, I personally haven't had any good experience with those materials, and I find over time they do end up tarnishing a little bit quicker. So stainless steel, 925 sterling silver are like your best bets. So the next question is from Ross. It says, how did you find a photographer for your photo shoot? So this is a great question. I would personally, for me, I found creatives within my like community. So I actually found the photographer I used through one of my friends. He has a brand, and then I saw the photo she did there and I was like, oh, I want to use her, and that's kind of how it went. So definitely find locals in your community. You know, a lot of the times, like, photographers, you know, do have rates, so you're gonna have to pay that. Or you can find like photographers who are starting up and maybe they just want exposure, they want to build their portfolio, so like they'll take photos for you for free, no cost. You can also try taking photos yourself, or if you have friends or family who like taking photos or just want some more exposure, definitely reach out to them. But that's how I found my photographer, and she is literally amazing, like amazing. So yeah, definitely help support local creatives. Okay, so this next question is from Janilla. She says, how did you grow your IG followers? Y'all, this is probably like the best question. When I started out, like literally last year, 2020, I had not even 1,000 followers. And I think I really grew when I figured out who my target audience was, and I really just focused on quality content. Like I tried to produce good content, and like I stuck to like a theme. And honestly, I do think it comes over time. Like, don't expect to like blow up as soon as you launch your business. That's not what happened with me. But it definitely takes time, and like you learn things over time. Like you learn like what your audience likes to see from you. Like for example, for me, if I post like a singular ring photo, that might not get a lot of engagement. But if I'm posting like, you know, a picture of my hand with like a bunch of rings on them, or like the necklaces I'm wearing, that content does better because it's almost like that person can visualize what it would look like on them. And I find that content gets way better engagement than like other like filler photos and stuff would. So it definitely takes a while. I definitely say like create engaging content, like ask questions, you know, build a community. Sometimes I'm still like forgetting about that. Like I'll just post something and I'll go, but I'm like, no, I need to connect with my audience and like my customers, and like I want to build a community. Like I want to like be able to respond back. So definitely creating engaging content, but just being consistent is probably a really big thing, because if you're consistent, you're bound to grow. Like if you're showing up every day, you are bound to, even if it's this much, you're growing and you're bound to grow even more. So that's what really helped me. So Vanessa says, did you do any paid advertising? So I did. In the beginning I did like some little Facebook ads. I tried like a couple here and there, but like they never really give what it's supposed to give, if you know what I'm saying. Like I dabble here and there, but like I don't think I'm experienced enough in that space. I really want to, and I will be, but as for right now, like I don't really know too much about it, and I haven't really seen any like good results personally for my brand with ads. I find posting on TikTok, like TikTok for me is like the best advertisement, but like paid ads, I haven't really gotten sales from that. So that's gonna basically be the end of this video. I hope I answered like the majority of your questions. If not, and you still have questions, just leave it down below and I'll probably just get back to you and type the answer out instead of making a video. But I'm definitely gonna have like a separate video on like how to ship. I just feel like it's a little too much to say over a video, so I'd rather have like visuals and stuff. So I'm probably gonna just do an entire video dedicated to that. But this is gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Honestly, I'm so glad to like be back here and like talking to you guys. It's so good. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm also gonna say that all the jewelry I'm wearing, except for my earrings, are from my brand. So if you guys wanted to go check it out, show some support, I'm gonna leave the website link as well as a coupon code, as well as my social media, so we can all connect. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.